Hello everyone! In this video, I will talk about a historical place especially for the Islamic Ummah, namely Baitul Maqdis. Baitul Maqdis as a barometer for the Ummah. The current colonization of Baitul Maqdis represent a people who are also colonized and weak in their fight. The Al-Aqsa Mosque was the first Qibla of the Islamic Ummah for 13 years. In in the past, before the Qibla moved, the Prophet and his companions prayed at the Kaaba and Nabawi Mosque, facing the Aqsa Mosque. 16 until 17 months after the Hijrah, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala moved the direction of the Qibla to the Kaaba for 10 years until he finally died. The first mosque founded by Prophet Adam alayhi salam was the Kaaba. 40 years later, Prophet Adam erected the Aqsa Mosque exactly like the original shape of the Kaaba. Like Mecca and Medina, Baitul Maqdis also has the status of Holy Land. The blessing of the land is also written, or one of them, in Surah Al-Isra verse 1. Not only spiritual blessings, but also material. Baitul Maqdis has a small area but has four topographies and climates: 1. Desert, 2. Mountains, 3. Lowest plain on earth, 4. Coast near the Mediterranean. Baitul Maqdis is also blessed with rich and abundant food production. The best orange, the best bananas, 25 types of grapes, and olives which have been around for thousands of years. In Athens letter, he explained the blessings of Baitul Maqdis. The Al-Aqsa Mosque is the headquarters for the preaching of the Prophet and Apostles. And during Isra Mi'raj, Rasulullah SAW traveled from Mecca to the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Rasulullah also became the prayer leaders for 124,000 prophets of Allah at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. He was given the leadership from all of the elder leaders. Baitul Maqdis was also the starting point of Rasulullah's heavenly journey, or after leading the prayer, Rasulullah went to the seventh heaven with a buraq. Baitul Maqdis has a spring called Suraya, a period under this place where Maryam mother was when she gave birth. When examined, the water content of Suraya and Zamzam is 100% the same. Both were produced by two very special mothers and babies. Baitul Maqdis will also be the place where human will be resurrected in the future. Yes, Padang Mahsyar is located in Baitul Maqdis. All humans up to the Prophet Adam alaihi salam until the last human being will be resurrected in Baitul Maqdis. Baitul Maqdis, which means temple, is the house, and Al-Maqdis, which means holy, is the terminology used by Rasulullah SAW to refer to Palestine, while to the word Palestine means the creation of a British state, along with its flag. The term Baitul Maqdis is the forgotten Sunnah. Verse of the Quran relating to Baitul Maqdis were revealed in Makkah, or the Mecca period was the time of the formation of the Aqidah. Baitul Maqdis is closely related to Aqidah. Allowing us to be colonized means we lost part of our fight. Surah Al-Isra in the Quran discusses the roadmap of the liberation of Baitul Maqdis and the characteristics of its liberators. Aisyah's mother, may Allah blessed with her, said Rasulullah SAW always read Al-Isra every night before going to bed. Rasulullah would not sleep at night except after reading Bani Israel, or Surah Al-Isra and Surah Az-Zumar, at-Tirmidhi, and declared authentic by Ibn Khuzaimah and Al-Albani. Reading the letter about the liberation of Baitul Maqdis is part of the Sunnah of the Prophet. The plan for the liberation of Baitul Maqdis was planned by Rasulullah before he died, precisely after he made his heavenly journey, or Isra Mi'raj. When the Prophet Muhammad was sent as an apostle, the two holy cities of Mecca and the Al-Aqsa Mosque were under occupation. The Kaaba is filled with idols, and ignorant people perform tawaf while whistling and even gunnect. Meanwhile, the Al-Aqsa Mosque was under the control of the Romans. The Prophet Muhammad spent the full 23 years of his prophethood building the creed of monotheism and fighting to liberate the holy place from colonialists and polytheists, namely Makkah and Baitul Maqdis. After Mecca was successfully liberated, Rasulullah continued his rising and began a strategy to liberate the Al-Aqsa Mosque. In 8 Hijriah, the Mu'tah battle took place on the Baitul Maqdis border. In 9 Hijriah, the Prophet went to the border of the Baitul area. Maqdis and Sham then went to the tribes who lived there. The Prophet made an agreement with the aim of logistical support for the Muslims who participated in liberating Baitul Maqdis and Sham. 11 Hijriah, Rasulullah assigned Usama bin Zaid to fight against the Romans with several friends such as Abu Bakar, Umar, and Abu Ubaidah. The troops' departure was delayed because Rasulullah's illness was getting worse. In the end, the Prophet died before the troops left. Okay, everyone, thanks for your attention and see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.